Hi guys, I'm top music attorney Miss KRYSTLE, and we're back with a follow-up video to one that we just released, which covered the lawsuit filed against Chris Brown and Drake by artist Mr. Cooper. Now, while we were doing the live stream, Mr. Cooper jumped on and I invited him to come onto the show, and so he could just talk a little bit about his claims, the complaint, what's been going on, and he declined my offer, but he did say that he was doing a live stream later on that night, and he would be discussing all of this. So we did go and watch that live stream, and it's now since been deleted, but we have a copy. And so on the live stream, it was not just Mr. Cooper, but it was also Blaze Hunter, Gabby Wright, and so let's just jump into it. Today, I'm giving you my lawyer's reaction to Mr. Cooper's live stream discussing his lawsuit.
But you know what people don't understand is this wasn't a planned thing. Like, it wasn't a, hey, you know what? I think that thing sound like my song. And my song ain't getting enough attention. They getting all the attention in the world. I got an idea. I'ma sue them niggas. That's what I'm gonna do. And, hey Lloyd, you know what? Let's sue them. Next day, big post out. Oh, guys suing Chris Brown and Drake. Comments, views, yeah, that's cool.
So on the first video that we released, we were kind of talking about some of the blowback that can happen, and we've talked about this on my show many times. When someone files a complaint against a huge act, and anybody, but specifically when it's someone huge like Chris Brown or Drake, you're gonna be getting a ton of attention, right? So there's gonna be criticism right out the gate, and people are gonna be saying, well, are you just an attention seeker? Right? So there's really not a legitimate claim here, and you're just trying to basically get your name out. It's free press. But conversely, and I've already seen this on Mr. Cooper's social media, with that press just comes exposure to the actual fans for, Chris Brown and Drake, and, they're kind of coming for Mr. Cooper. And so I'm sure they'll get into that, but, at least off the bat, they're talking about, no, this wasn't just a quick grab for attention. This is a legit claim.
That wasn't the plan. It wasn't that wasn't it. People paid attention. You feel me? Especially all of the so-called lowest lanes out here, these journalists. You feel me? I'm gonna be talking a lot. I'm talking a lot this week. These people, you know what I'm saying, doing their podcasts and their reviews and talking about it. All of them say a lot of the same thing. Besides their opinions on what they feel the music sound like, a lot of them are going ham on the fact that, why is he coming to sue Drake and Chris Brown? This is a reach. His songs don't even sound the same. Why is he waiting 2 years, 3 years to say something or to do something about it? Like, all of these elements, and then going ham, extra music trash, people going to, thumbs down, talk trash everywhere, no matter what, trash. They just going at this man, and all the celebrities, Chance the Rapper, a whole lot of them, making jokes, ha ha ha, key, laughing, not knowing none of the situation, not really understanding. Now, this is one thing that's crazy is, imagine if Coop wasn't who he was. If Cooper wasn't, someone that got real thick skin. We from Palm Beach County. You feel me? None of that y'all don't do nothing to us. No way. We brushed that off. You feel me? But imagine if that wasn't Coop. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have.
Yeah. All right. So imagine that you didn't have a thick skin, basically, right? So I just made that point. If you have a legitimate claim and someone files a lawsuit, especially against a public figure, a celebrity, you have to be ready for what's about to come, because it's always the same thing. Well, not always, but it's almost always the same thing where you're going after someone who is a lot bigger than you in these situations. And so they have a bigger audience, they have a bigger support base. And so what probably is going to happen is that you're going to get a massive wave of traffic that's going to come to your social media, that's going to go to your YouTube channel. So your views will rank up, but your like to dislike ratio is probably going to be majorly impacted. And so it's kind of like this hurricane that kind of comes through, and you have to be ready to kind of stand up to that, or at least ignore it to the best that you can, but it's gonna happen.
Have Signature Series Network, and he was just a failed singer, like a lot of them like to say. That's, you know, putting his all and trying to get the next big hit and sign the next big record deal. And you know what I'm saying? And then he tried to release his song, and all of a sudden everybody hitting him up. Oh dang, bro, you biting off Chris Brown and Drake? What? You ain't no biting off. What y'all talking about? You biting off Chris Brown, bro? You trash. He getting a lot of this all over the place, trying to push his music. This was coming at him. Then finally hear the song. Dang, that's crazy. Then people hitting him up. Yo, bro, you know, you know that Chris Brown number, they sound like your song, dog. And so you're talking about Chris Brown. Yeah, you got it. That sound. So you're hearing a whole lot of this stuff. You feel me? The attorney's on some. You know what? This this crazy, and it's not a coincidence that, because what a lot of other people don't know, y'all can go to the Billboard article. You know what I'm saying? Go say the whole Billboard article, but if you read it, you know, take the time to read. You feel me? You will hear that Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? They hit him up before no guidance came out. They hit Coop up on the music tip. You know what I'm saying? They got the link.
So he just referenced the Billboard article, and I just wanted to address this because when Mr. Cooper came on my live stream, this is what he was saying. He goes, guys, you don't have all the facts. Make sure you check out the Billboard article. And then we saw it referenced a couple more times. Now, there's been a couple of different articles. I think TMZ covered it. And so when we went to actually go look at the Billboard article, it has a paywall, so you do need to pay in order to read it, at least at the time of recording this video. So to the extent you're like, you know, go check out all the facts and all that, it's a little bit difficult because you have to go and actually pay something to go read the article.
Nothing came out of it, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You know, Coop not on that, you know, trying to get record deal, sign his life away to nobody. We got Series Network. We building around here, you feel me? But they got access to the music, so it's like, so people making the joke, oh, you know, Drake and Chris Brown went in the studio jamming, and like, you know what, we gonna take this man's song like it came out of nowhere. No, the people that are in place, like these lawyers, you feel me, they're not gonna waste their money on something that they think is crap. They're not. Cooper, this man ain't Bill Gates, you feel me? He ain't finna waste his bread. Oh, I ain't got the damn case. Let me waste lawyer fees. And then if I do make money off this, all that money's gonna go to the lawyers anyways. The hell? We ain't stupid, bruh. Why would he do that? It makes no—
Look, I mean, when it comes to a lawsuit in general, I do litigation, right? And so when it comes to actually getting in court, filing a lawsuit, it's really expensive, especially if you are doing a copyright infringement lawsuit, because these are the ones that, unless it settles early, you're going the distance, and these cases can go for years. And so if you have an attorney that's charging you $400, $500, you know, especially in the LA area, up to $700 an hour, it gets incredibly expensive just to get through the first phase of filing the complaint, and then someone has to respond. So the point that he's making is, you know, why would someone bring a claim when you're going to be out all this cash? You got to pay the attorney's fees. Now, look, you know, he made the point. He's like, well, why would an attorney do this if it wasn't a legit claim? You can find an attorney to take on any claim. I'm not making a rule in here, you know, as far as what I think the legitimacy of the claim is. But nonetheless, I think that we all need to kind of keep in mind there's already going to be kind of this backlash and downside of what happens, because you file a lawsuit against someone, and let's say you lose. Okay, there's a number of ways that you can lose, but if you lose, typically you have to pay the winning person's fees. So you're not only out your money for paying your own attorney, but you got to pay the other side as well, on top of additional damages if you can prove those. So, you know, to his point, it's very expensive, and why would someone bring a claim unless you have legitimacy? Well, and like he pointed out, people are challenging. Well, there's other benefits to bringing a lawsuit. You get awareness. You get people interested now in you.
Lawyers like, what? Go ahead.
I'm gonna interject real quick. This man, he's going hard because, one, he is my partner. He is my business partner. But let me reintroduce myself.
Handle it.
For those of you that were in every Shade Room comment, which I might say after doing the research, Shade Room, you're welcome. My name being attached to these so-called greats that you all, that you all love, right? I helped y'all get the most likes on your page, the most comments.
So generous.
You're welcome.
So generous.
You're welcome.
What a guy.
But for everybody that has something to say, for everybody that has something slick to say, for everybody that misquoted, that mispronounced my name, that what I like to call did the copy and paste version of reporting, meaning taking someone else's report and not doing your due diligence and going in.
Well, and for the Miss Crystal podcast today, we're taking their own words at face value. Here we are.
For you, I would like to say welcome to my world. I am Mr. Cooper. I am the co-owner of the Signature Series Network, the most prestigious network in the land. What is the Signature Series Network, you may ask? It is a network full of independence. We are an entirely independent culture. We have built a network strictly for the independent artists. The ones that got the doors shut in their face. The ones that don't know how to do it and want to do this thing and need that guidance.
I'm fine with everything that he's saying at this point. Guys, I mean, I'm all day long. I promote independence. I say, if you can stay away from the record labels, don't sign with them, do your own thing. I'm totally cool with everything that he's saying. I'm just wondering why we're going this route. Why isn't he getting to why we're all here? Talk about the claim, talk about your evidence, talk about something.
The ones that sick of hearing about stories like my story that's just coming out. You see, under the surface, you all are looking at, at face value, you're looking at, who is this guy to come out and sue these guys I love? And it's okay for loving them. They're great artists. I take nothing away from them. Nothing whatsoever. But let me clue you in on something. Why don't y'all get a little bit closer? I'm from Palm Beach.
Kinda, you heard.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit y'all putting in your comments. None of that shit y'all writing about. Anybody trying to get some clout, because trust me, I don't know nothing about clout. I'm too old for clout. That's one. Two, all you youngins and everybody that got something to say, because y'all are a bunch of nut huggers on two people that will never, ever acknowledge you, on two people that don't even know you exist. But I saw myself being vilified because I'm doing the right thing by myself and my family. Fuck what y'all think the song sound like. The song been out since 2016 and officially released in 2019 before all that no guidance bullshit. But I digress.
So he just said the song's been out since 2016 but officially released in 2019? I'm not sure what that means, right? Was it released on like a CD or something and then via digital distribution? I'm not sure why there would be a lapse of 3 years.
My attorneys told me I can't speak on anything other than outside of what their response was in the only publication that really got it right, and that's Billboard magazine. Go to billboard.com and actually read the facts. For those of y'all that are young, dumb, and full of vigor because these are your heroes, I don't have time to argue with you. Hell, you probably don't even know how to write in cursive.
That's probably not the case.
I don't have time to argue with nobody. I want y'all to really, really get this. to every star, every blue check, every person that, you know, laughed and chuckled and had something to say, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope all y'all enjoyed that. The one thing this experience really showed me is it showed me who can really be for you and who can really be against you, even people that don't know you. And that's cool. That's cool. I'm okay with that. I've always been okay with that. People talk shit about me my entire life.
My thing
I'm
is,
okay with it.
When is it acceptable to do and say what people are saying? Didn't we just go through this when it came to the verses and how somebody talked to other people on the verses? I don't understand why it's acceptable.
Well, I'm gonna clue y'all in on something. Like Blaze said, it wasn't as if, you know, I got this relationship where I could call up TMZ, or call up the Shade Room, or call up anybody and say, hey, look, man, I think y'all might want to hear about this, go and take it. Truth be told, when my lawyers got back to me and told me everything was official, my question was, what next? I sat back and I listened to my attorneys. They say, let's see if the press gonna pick it up.
Yeah, guys, I mean, look, when it comes to once you file, really, you should be not dabbling in the press. Now, because we're talking about celebrities, usually this gets out anyway, but the bottom line is that you want to be as, not secretive, but confidential with your strategy. And, you know, quite frankly, the fact that this live stream was pulled down might be the result of the fact that his attorney said, what are you doing? Now, I don't know what else he's going to say in this live stream, but that could very well be what happened. So, you know, when you call your attorney and say what's next, usually it's shut up and let this process take place.
I say not 2 hours later, after talking to my partner, drumming skills, Timothy Valentine, I say after 2 hours later, we started hearing that in the Shade Room by way of TMZ. Then it started to hit all major publications. Then it started to get more and more traction. You know, you had these glorified wannabe YouTube stars reviewing my stuff, adding my stuff to their page, and calling my music trash and all types of shit. When I tell you I've seen it all, when I tell you it's gonna come a time when I'll reveal all the DMs and all of that other shit, it's gonna come a time for all of that to come out. But as far as this case is concerned, I knew that once it got out to everybody that, okay, it was gonna be this was a private matter that became put in the court of public opinion. When it's put in the court of public opinion and you're dealing with an unknown person and two of the most beloved people for whatever fucking reason, it's what I don't get. For the dudes that's been dropping comments and all that type of stuff, and for the females, I'm gonna give y'all just some shit just to think about in the future, because mark my words, all you motherfuckers gonna have to double back. I digress. I digress. Out of everybody that I've seen leave a comment on different platforms, I say about 90% of you that left a comment, especially a negative comment, was an independent artist, or at least trying to be, or at least calling yourself an independent artist. Cool. So what if it happened to you? What if your ducks was in a row long time ago because you understood the music business and you wasn't just so happy-go-lucky, oh man, shoot, I could sing, I could do this, let me just put this out. No, you studied the music business and you put out something good. And not to, again, my lawyer said I can't talk about it, but it's public record. It was filed in the federal court of the Southern District of Florida. It's public record.
Yeah, and he's correct about that, guys, right? So when we have, new cases and we do a deep dive, we can pull those complaints. And so, that was a part of why I was kind of wondering why, maybe he didn't want to talk about some of this stuff, because once you filed the complaint, anyone can pull it and take a look. So we know what the claims are, we know what you're saying, and so reaffirming that through a public statement is okay. But typically as an attorney, we're going to say, just don't do that, because you're probably going to slip up. You're probably going to say something that, is an emotional kind of reaction, and that's kind of, what he's focusing on right now. So far, he's been talking about, he's getting a ton of criticism, a ton of hate, basically, it's not kind, but also these are independent artists. So in a way, I kind of feel like he's saying, well, you shouldn't just love the big artists just because they're huge artists. I might agree with that. But equally, I don't think you should just automatically support someone because you are an independent artist. Now, look, at this point, we don't know the merits and the legitimacy of the claim. All that we know is that we can go listen and compare the videos and be like, I think it sounds like, the Drake and Chris Brown song, or I don't. Obviously, people are kind of leaning a little more one way versus the other, but, at the end of the day, so far, what I'm hearing is just it's been really difficult for him to manage all of the backlash and hate that he's been getting, but that unfortunately is something that just comes with going through this process against giant artists.
But this generation and people like that don't take the time to read and do your due diligence. I'm not gonna give you the cliff notes. It's not your fucking business. However, what I will say is I've seen everything. I saw everything. And me being the man that I am, the man, the husband, the father, the business partner, I still got things that I need to accomplish. And for those of y'all that thinking I'm some wannabe one-hit wonder trying to come in and make some money off people to try to get into the industry for my big break,
y'all ain't been paying attention. If that's what you think. I said loud and clear, too. I said, I ain't out here chasing labels. You know what I'm saying? You and I ain't on the same grind. We ain't on that. We straight. We here by giving other people opportunity.
As I was alluding to before, which after I say this, I'm gonna leave it alone. I got another message from the lawyer because I find myself almost getting out of character. And but like I said, I say this. Everything that I've done, everything I do for my family, and I do it to secure generational wealth. Everything that I've done, every song or lyric that I've ever written, every person that I've ever helped, everything that we're building, Blaze, the shows, the content, elevating the independent culture and these independent artists. It was crazy, like boggling my mind wild to see and really finding out that clicking on a lot of you wannabes pages, how many of you were independent artists. And I'm at the core of this independent culture fighting for the independent artists.
Yeah, and I think, look, let's take Mr. Cooper's side for a second. Let's say he is 100% correct. There was copyright infringement. He's going to win this thing. I think that he's like, I'm you guys. I'm an independent artist. So I would say to him, be that example, right? So rather than just being like, F all you guys, how dare you, this and that, for the ones that are watching are like, if I have to bring a claim, if I have to do this, what's it going to be like? Be that powerhouse, kind of, be strong in your position, and then it will play out, right? So if you are successful, that will speak for itself. It's just going to be rough kind of through the next few patches of this process.
And so, like I said, this entire thing so far, and how fast this thing happened once it caught wind, how fast everything went out. This entire thing, I've been able to take everything in, get with my team. It's more to come, man. I'm not concerned. You feel me? Don't be concerned about what I got to say. or nothing like that. Let them other boys, let them people on the other side talk. Because what people are failing to realize, and it's in the paperwork, go to the Billboard article. I'm telling y'all, go to Billboard and go read the article on Billboard. Vibe, all these other publications, y'all did whatever, but Billboard got it right.
Well, he's right about one thing as far as there's definitely going to be more to come, because he's just basically, teed off. Here we go with the complaint. Now what's going to happen is that there's going to be a response, and that response could be something as simple as an answer saying probably, no, we didn't violate your copyright. Or it could be something called a motion to dismiss. So they might say you have zero legitimacy. Court, here are all the reasons why we want you to kick this out right out the gate. So either way, there's going to be an update. As soon as that happens, another wave of media coverage. We'll probably be updating you guys as well on it.
Once you go there and once you see what it says, and you really see the paperwork and you really get the gist of it, a smart person, know everybody doesn't know law. Everybody doesn't know the process of what it takes to sue somebody, how long it takes. Everybody doesn't know the process of investigating and finding out different things. And yeah, I get it, y'all. It was a huge headline, because guess what? It's two of the top people in the world, two of the top artists in the world in the past decade. So I get it. Y'all built a love, a fantasy relationship. A lot of you men thinking y'all can get a girl if y'all act like Chris Brown or Drake. Fucking clowns. And then a lot of you feel me? And a lot of y'all will do anything to try to get next to them, to try to get a song with them and all. Y'all, y'all a bunch of nut hugs and tugglers, but if they came to your city, if they came to something, they not coming to see you, they not thinking about you, but I know how the game works, and that's cool. It's cool. Trust me, y'all, it's cool. I'm not done. Hold on. Trust me, y'all, it's cool. But I will say this. For all of you that did have something positive to say, I appreciate it. For all of you that had something negative to say, I appreciate it too. You feel me?
And guys, and when we talk about especially with hate comments, and this is my common thing I say to all my artists, I go, whatever you're gonna do, make the decision and go for it. Doesn't matter if you're getting the hate, doesn't matter if you're getting the love. And unfortunately for some of my artists, when we do get into litigation, when we are dealing with these very public disputes, or what become very public disputes, you gotta kind of just put your head in the sand and go. And I feel like right now, obviously, there's this, we're taking it in and we're trying to respond and be like, forget you guys, we're gonna do it and we're gonna prove ourselves. Obviously, everyone's entitled to do that, but as an independent artist, one of the best things that you can do is just put your head in the sand, and you gotta just make the decision of what you're gonna do and go.
It is what it is, but more is to come. And when my lawyer does allow me to speak on this, there's only one place I'm going to speak on it. And trust me, y'all going to want to hear every detail when I talk about it. And it's only on the Signature Series Network. So the only way you're going to be able to do that is go and subscribe to the Signature Series Network right now.
See, guys, I understand initial reaction might be, so you're trying to monetize this? You're entitled to do that. You're 100% entitled to do that. It's your content. It's what you need to share. An interview, a song. You're independent. Do your thing. But, you're talking about public perception. Does that help your case and the public perception?
That is watch.signatureseriesnetwork.com. Somebody put it at the bottom so a lot of the people that's slow in reading can catch it. For those of y'all that know what it is and know what the dynamic is, do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to send a special shout out to my homie, my longtime collaborator, drumming skills, Timothy Valentine, one of the best producers in the world. You know what I'm saying? We eagerly await our day in court. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank y'all for y'all time on that.
This is what I want people to understand, why none of this is going to work. Because we don't bring. We not like we just brought a knife to a gunfight. You feel me? That ain't us. Like anybody that know me and Coop, they know if we brought a knife to the gunfight, that knife from Wakanda. You feel me? One swipe, your whole army done. You feel me? We prepared for all of it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that come in with the negativity, we cool with that. You feel me? Because we understand it's about building each other up, build our platform. You know what I'm saying? We ain't out here cookie crumbing and you know, and taking handouts and doing. We worked hard to build what we build. You feel me? Worked so hard. Just check out all the independent artists that's on our platforms that's doing their thing, living their dream. There's a bunch of them felt like they didn't have no chance at all, and it's doing their thing. You feel me? That made my heart right. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That made my heart right. It's really simple. When you potentially taking food off somebody's table, they got to figure out, all right, is this person taking food off of my table, messing with my family or not? I got to make sure to get to the bottom of this. That's what it is. You feel me? That's what.
Yeah. So taking what he's saying, taking food off our table. So if someone is violating your copyright, what it is they've sampled, right? So they've taken something, whatever that might be. It might be a melody, it might be a guitar riff, it might be a drum, fill, whatever it is. You say, all right, you took my thing without getting authorization. It doesn't impact your ability to still earn money from your own music, but what they're saying, you should have gotten a license. So, what are those damages? So you say, well, if you got a license from me, at that point, I was getting this number of streams, this number of sales, this number of people coming to my show. And so a license would have gone for, let's say, even, something a little higher for an independent artist. So a license of like a couple thousand, let's do $20,000. So you're going for those damages, but really the sweet spot of why people file copyright infringement claims if they think that they have a claim is because you have what's called statutory damages. The law puts into place how much money you can get, even if you only had $10,000 in damages. And if it's willful, that gets you even more money, and it gets you up to $150,000. So there's a reason why these cases are kind of sexy, and why someone, when they think that they have a claim, they want to bring it because there's a nice payday at the end of the entire process.
What it is. You want to talk about facts? The facts are, you go look at the Billboard article. Facts are, Cash Buddy hit my dog up way before No Guidance dropped. You know what I'm saying? 3 years after I Love Your Dress was recorded.
Hey, bro. Hey, my G. Hey. Don't say nothing. Hey, don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else to this clown. Don't say nothing else to these clowns. Whoever called themselves clowning in this goddamn live and coming in here just to get some kind of reactions and clout and all that other bullshit. Hey, I don't care about your boys talking about something they had their receipts, motherfucker. People got to prove your shit in court. You got to prove the people that's on there. They got to prove it in court. All this rapping and slick rapping on this hill, that don't mean nothing. It really don't. It don't mean nothing at all. All this talking and slick rapping that everybody doing, and they entitled to do that. You can do that all over the world. That's fine. Everything got to be proven in court. And like I was saying before, it ain't just Chris Brown and Drake. That's just because they the big names. Motherfucker, there's 17 other people that's being sued at the same time. It's 19 people and entities in total.
Yeah, and that's pretty common, guys. When you file a lawsuit against a big artist, there's usually so many people that are involved, right? There's multiple producers, there's multiple songwriters, there's some dude that's a friend of someone who was in there and helped with a top line or helped with a lyric. And so on top of that, you also have the record labels and the publishers. And so that's why when we have these lawsuits, it's not just Drake and Chris Brown. It's like a dozen or two people.
And do your fucking research, man. Don't come on here with none of this bullshit, because hey, like I said, I be trying to hold the Palm Beach County in.
I feel you. I just try to figure out how to
call so many things. I done been called so many things. Hold on, I done been called so many things in these little comments and shit like that will cause somebody to get out their character. Let me tell you, don't let none of this shit fool you. Don't let social media fool you. Don't let y'all being a part of the shade room and all that other stuff fool you. Please don't do that. All right? Just understand that all of you sheep and mindless sheep that may let something pass you by, if you feel like somebody have done you wrong, or you feel like something has done you wrong, you have the God-given right to try that. You have the God-given right. If you wrong, you wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Cool. But guess what? God damn it, I ain't wrong. And it's proof to show that I ain't wrong, no matter what anybody says. So, like I said, all of you people trolls and all that, you keep doing that. Keep doing.
Well, and guys, the tough part about these claims is that you're going to have to duke it out, to show your evidence to the court, to the judge. And then the tricky part about litigation is that there's no guarantee to any given outcome. And I stress that to all of my clients. I go, you want to go to the end with this thing? Different stages, you're accruing tons of money. So by the time you actually get to a point where you're just bled dry of attorney's fees because you actually get litigation fatigue, you can't go on any further, you can't pay, that's usually where we have settlement happen. And then that kind of sucks because in the court of public opinion, if you settle, that usually makes one or both sides look a certain way, right? It's usually, oh, they must have been guilty, that's why they settled. And I'm not even saying that there might not be a counterclaim coming, right? So there might be a lawsuit coming back that now Mr. Cooper needs to defend. But, you know, hopefully he has his day in court. Hopefully he gets to show his evidence and go through this and, you know, we'll have an outcome one way or another. But sometimes that's settlement and then neither side can talk about it. So we never know really what happened.
Do your thing, but just know it got to be proved. See, that's what's wrong. That's what listening to too much Drake, how he got y'all, boy. All y'all in y'all feelings. If anything, all y'all in y'all feelings. Y'all was big mad. Everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Big mad. Y'all was big mad. Hot.
Mad.
The audacity of this. You can't sing. Your stuff wasn't mixed down properly. The audacity. Who do you think you are?
You pasted on your beard.
Well, welcome to the entertainment business and music in general. Put out any song. Auto-tune. Worst thing I've ever heard. The fact that someone actually said your mix is bad means they have a little sense of like music production. So good for them. Usually you have someone who knows nothing about music telling you how to make music. So trust me, I get it.
Who do you think you are? Go in and you know, make your opinion heard, man. Go listen to the song. You know, Spotify, YouTube, the numbers that got ran up in one day. You feel me? And we was literally at 1,600, and we hit over 100,000. We had like 180,000 right now. So, you know, go listen to it. You feel me? I know what the song was about. I know what the song meant to me. All you producers, you know, all of you independent artists, if I would leave y'all with anything, is to make sure that you have your music business in order. If my business wasn't in order, if things wasn't lined up, trust me, y'all wouldn't have even heard of me and known who I am. And remember this, I didn't ask the TMZ or none of them to come and pull this and put this out for the world. They did it on their own. Y'all just know who I am now.
That's fine. But it goes back to kind of what I was saying. You're talking about what's public perception. Are people being unfair in their criticism of you? And just saying that you're bringing this because you're trying to get publicity and this and that. But, you know, in the live stream, casually kind of referencing, hey, our numbers have gone up. Go over to Spotify. Hey, go to the website. Subscribe. I'm going to be giving you all the juicy details. Again, there's nothing wrong in any of that. You are your own business, right? To your own point. But public perception, how does that kind of add to what you're saying as far as, no, I'm legit?
But don't let this suit fool you. One bit. Again, I'm from Palm Beach County. You better really do your research. 5'6", and we ain't the one. I'm out.
He's saying doing some research. I went to go read that article. I had to get through a paywall, so help me out. I was hoping that I was going to get something on this live stream, and, there were a couple thousand at any given point during the live stream, and I was looking to get some more facts, talk a little bit about what was in the complaint, and if you're not, don't say you're going to, right? So if your attorney advised you, don't talk to the press, don't release stuff on your socials, totally fine. Trust me, that's what I say to my clients as well. But I am curious why this live stream came down and why it was deleted. Now look, speculation here, 100%. Maybe it was kind of the more or what we can say as self-promotion that will be perceived. Go to the website, subscribe to this. I don't know. That could be something that potentially could be used against him in the cases to say, look, this isn't a legitimate claim, and they're going to point to a couple of things. On top of a couple of things, it's going to be possibly this live stream. So, look, I don't know. All speculation, but there's a reason why we, didn't hear a lot, and it might just be as simple as his attorney said, just don't talk about anything. Maybe just you shouldn't have done the live stream in the first place. But, it was nice to get a little insight into where you're coming from. And all we can do at this point is wait to see what happens next. So guys, like I said, I am a litigation attorney. I do these types of cases all the time, and I deal with them usually before we even get to the lawsuit stage, because you gotta just talk to clients and be like, look, this is what's about to happen once we file this lawsuit. Here's all the ways that it could go horribly wrong. Because typically, you're gonna take the case because you think the client has a case. There's something there. Usually that's why the client brings the case. Again, as it relates to Mr. Cooper's claim, we'll see. We'll go through and actually read the complaint, but something that everyone should give some consideration to is when you are thinking of going through this process, just understand the cost that is connected with it. And the fact that once you file over the course of the next couple of months through not just the, complaint drafting process, but what's called discovery. What comes next is, okay, let's get everyone's evidence. We're going to see Mr. Cooper's evidence. We're going to see the evidence from the producers and the labels and the artists. And then there might be motions and different things to try to get the case resolved early. So much of the time, though, these things land in settlement because one side usually can't go the distance. And that's probably, going to be the plaintiff, and in this case, Mr. Cooper. We'll see what happens in this particular case. Be sure to subscribe, turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss our videos covering everything that's happening in the entertainment business, giving you my lawyer's reaction. And to the extent that Mr. Cooper was saying he had his music business right, I'm assuming he's got his copyrights, he's got his LLCs. I teach you guys how to do all of that in my book, How to Keep Your Dukes Up in the Music Business, which is your A to Z guide on staying independent, having a successful music career, and I even give you the contracts that you need to stay legally protected. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm top music attorney, Miss KRYSTLE.